Kevin drove like Lagos, fast enough to beat the next light, careful enough to leave past it. His girlfriend, Amy, walked the door as conductor, sharp voice, quicker hands. They were a team. She called routes, he read traffic like a second language. From CMS to Area 1, they knew every lane, every shortcut, every vulcanizer whose smile meant, your tire won't fail today. But inside Kevin's pocket sat a folded bill from a psychiatric clinic. 800,000 naira outstanding for his younger sister, Joy. Joy had loved big and lost bigger. A man she trusted married someone else and blocked her everywhere. She slipped into pills, then into silence, then into a room where windows didn't open and time moved like fog. The hospital stabilized her, but money ran out. Bring the balance, the matron kept saying, voice flat like a stamp. That afternoon, Lagos performed its usual show, horns, hawkers, hit. A scream cut through it. A woman in a yellow dress stumbled on the sidewalk, her handbag was gone, her words burst into tears. Kevin saw the thief break into a run. Without thinking, he parked, leaped, and gave chase. His legs knew alleys better than the thief's pride. He tackled him by a kiosk, grabbed the bag, and walked back breathless. Thank you, the woman said, more shocked than grateful. Her perfume filled the space like money you can smell. I'm Angela. She slid a business card into his palm, thick paper, gold name. Call me. Please. She didn't wait for his reply. That night, the clinic called again. We can't keep treating your sister for free. Kevin stared at the ceiling of the small room he shared with Amy. The fan clicked, 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 like a clock he couldn't afford. Amy lay beside him awake. Kev, we'll find the money, she whispered. We don't stop when bus stops. We stop when God says park. He nodded, but his eyes were on the card. Gold letters caught the streetlight spilling through the curtain. Angela. A door. A choice. An ache. In Lagos, kindness often came with price tags hidden in the stitching. He called the next morning. She answered before it rang twice. I hoped you would, she said, like someone already rehearsed the end of the conversation. Come to my place in Victoria Island. I want to say thank you properly. The apartment felt like a hotel that didn't need guests. Marble floors. A view of water pretending to be quiet. Angela smiled with practiced ease, poured him water, then didn't talk about water again. I'll be direct, she said. 100,000 each time you spend the night. 10 nights, 1 million. No drama, no strings. You saved me, let me save you. Kevin's jaw tightened. Save my sister, he said. Not me. Then let me help her, through you. Her gaze didn't blink. He left without agreeing, but the hospital called again, and the noise in his chest grew louder than traffic. Amy saw the storm on his face and held his hands. Whatever it is, tell me. He kissed her forehead. I will, he said, and knew that honesty sometimes arrived late. He called Angela back. 10 nights, he said, voice dry. Then we're done. Done, she said, like a contract had found its pen. Angela's world was carpeted. The bed swallowed sound. The air smelled like candles that didn't die. Kevin told himself this was temporary, like a detour during roadworks. The first night passed in a blur he didn't bother naming. He returned home at dawn, left cash on the plastic table, and went straight to the clinic to clear part of Joy's bill. The matron's face thawed. We'll keep her, she said. But don't disappear. Disappearing happened slowly. Kevin answered fewer calls. Amy sent voice notes that began brave and ended brutal. Kev, are you safe? We made 17,500 today. Conductor Bola fought me for passengers, but I won the argument. Call me, okay. He typed replies and deleted them. The truth was heavy, and he was tired of lifting. Angela widened the cage with gifts, new shirts, a sleek phone, a wristwatch that ticked quietly like a decision. She talked about business deals and boardrooms like they were bus stops only rich people could see. Sometimes she laughed at something he said, then watched his mouth too long. Other times, she stared at the glass wall and said nothing at all. Money can be noisy. Loneliness, quieter. By night 6, the clinic balance was small enough to breathe around. By night 8, Angela touched his hand and didn't remove it. You're different, she murmured. Men like you still exist. I'm just working, he replied. He meant it. On the 10th morning, he packed the shirts into a nylon bag and left them on her console. Angela stood by the door with a smile taut to hold. You don't have to return anything. I do, he said. This wasn't a love story. Her eyes flashed, then softened. You call me, she said. You think you won't, but Lagos is expensive. He didn't answer. When he reached home, Amy stood by the window. Her face carried 7 kinds of emotion and chose none. The room smelled like stew and a question. You're back, she said. I'm back. 10 days, she whispered. I counted. He told her everything, not dressed, not polished, just the truth in a small room with a big fan. Amy broke only once, a sound like a plate dropping on carpet. Then she lifted her chin. Did you fall in love? No. Did you forget me? Not for 1 second. She nodded and wiped her face with the back of her hand. We eat, then we plan. We can't live on borrowed nights. She pushed a plate toward him and sat. Forgiveness didn't arrive with fireworks. It came like rice, warm, plain, keeping you alive. Kevin thought hope might be this. The person you had still using we. Angela did not vanish. Power never does. She arrived 2 days later in a white SUV that could silence an argument. She carried a gift bag and a smile too bright for midday. Kevin, she called, as if the corridor belonged to her. Step out a minute. Amy reached the door first. How can we help you? Angela looked at Amy like a problem statement. I came for him. She lifted the bag. A small token. Also, an offer, 10 more days, 2 million naira. Or a car and a flat in Oja. He saved my life. I want to save his. He has a life, Amy said, even. And a home. Angela laughed, not cruel, just surprised that anyone would refuse a golden staircase. My dear, love is beautiful, poverty is louder. Kevin, come on. Don't let people who can't lift you decide your height. Kevin stepped between them, gift bag unopened. I told you we were done. People say things they don't mean, Angela replied, eyes glistening with a different hunger. Let me make your life easier. My life is hard and mine, he said. Please go. For the first time, she looked unsure. Money had always been an answer, it didn't know how to be a question. She left the bag on the ground and walked away, heel stubborn against concrete. That evening, the clinic called again. The last 120,000 cleared the debt. Joy came home slow, thinner, eyes cautious like someone learning to re-enter her own body. She sat on the edge of the bed and stared at her hands. I'm sorry, she whispered. For costing you so much. Kevin pulled her close. You're my sister, not a bill. Amy made pepper soup and turned on the small radio. It played an old love song that didn't judge anyone. Joy smiled for the first time in months. The room felt bigger than it was. The next week, a customer named Mr. Thomas, regular on their boss, owner of a small logistics firm, asked Kevin to park by his office. I heard what you did for your sister, Thomas said. I like men who hold their own when life goes rough. I want to invest in you too, 2 million naira to expand. Buy a second boss. We'll run it together, you keep most of the profit. Lagos eats the lazy and rewards the stubborn. Be stubborn. Kevin stood there, stunned. Amy's eyes filled with tears that didn't fall. Joy clapped like a child. For a full minute, nobody spoke. Then Kevin took Thomas's hand with both of his. Sir, we won't waste it. They didn't. They drew a plan on paper that smelled of fuel and future. A mechanic friend sourced a decent boss. Amy handled cash and routes like a general. Joy organized snacks for passengers and learned to smile at children first. When you build small, every nail is a celebration. Angela called that night. Kevin answered. I'm happy for you, she said, voice softer. You think I didn't hear? Lagos talks. Thank you, he replied. I still want you, she whispered. I can make you forget struggle. I don't want to forget, Kevin said. Struggle taught me to choose right. Silence sat between them, then broke. Good night, Kevin, she said, a little older. Good night, Angela. He switched off the new phone and reached for Amy's hand in the dark. The new bus arrived at dawn, blue paint catching first light. Kevin touched the steering like a blessing. Amy taped their permit neatly on the windscreen. Joy placed a small sticker near the dashboard, ride in peace. The neighborhood gathered as if Nigeria had won a match. Thomas took photos and laughed loud. Lagos loves a comeback. The first day was chaos and profit. 2 runs turned into 4. Amy's voice cut through the crowd, Area 1, enter with your change. People obeyed because confidence is a language. Joy handed out water to an elderly woman who said, "God bless this family," and meant it. At sunset, Angela appeared again, not in an SUV but alone, wearing a dress that cost more than the bus's gearbox. She watched them load passengers. Her face held something new, respect, or maybe resignation. "Congratulations," she said quietly. "You did it without me." Kevin nodded. "We had help. Just not the kind that cost our souls." She looked past him at Amy, then at Joy, then at Lagos, the city that sells everything and still leaves some things priceless. A small smile found her mouth. "Maybe I needed to see that." Amy stepped forward. "You're welcome to ride," she said. "Pay like everyone else." Angela laughed, genuinely this time. "How much?" $200. Angela paid. She sat by the window and watched the city blur. A girl in a yellow dress took a selfie and grinned at her own reflection. A hawker balanced biscuits and bottled water on a tray like a crown. A policeman waved them through for reasons nobody questioned. Lagos stayed Lagos, tough, loud, alive. Halfway through the route, a commotion started by the back door, two passengers quarreling over change. Kevin slowed. Amy moved in. Joy passed the exact amount with a calm smile. The tension melted like ice in heat. Angela studied the choreography of it all, how love could run a bus better than any engine. They reached the final stop. Angela came down slowly, then turned. "Thank you for proving me wrong," she said. "I always believed money buys anything. Maybe money only rents comfort, love owns home." Amy met her eyes. "Love also pays bills, if you build it into a plan." Angela chuckled. "I remember that." She extended her hand to Kevin. He took it. No spark. No promise. Just two adults choosing peace. She walked away into the evening, swallowed by neon and noise. That night, the three of them, Kevin, Amy, and Joy, ate jollof from one big pot and told small jokes that mattered. The fan still clicked like a clock, but it sounded less like death and more like rhythm. Kevin imagined the fleet they would build, 3 buses, then 5, then a depot with their names on a signboard that didn't bend in the wind. He looked at Amy. "Thank you for waiting for me." She squeezed his hand. "Thank you for coming home." Joy leaned on the doorway, humming a tune the radio taught her. "Tomorrow will be loud," she said, smiling. "Let's rest." Outside, Lagos breathed that stubborn, beautiful sound of generators and prayers. Inside, hearts breathed something softer. They had walked past a door labeled Easy Money and chosen another with no label, only hinges. It had opened anyway. Moral: in a city that sells everything, protect what money cannot buy: loyalty, dignity, and the kind of love that invests instead of owning.